Hey, welcome back to Dadbot Forever. Today's video involves a simple question. Have you ever told someone that you would do something and then you simply just didn't do it? If you're anything like me, you probably forget about things that you intended to do, whether that's sending an email, sending a text message, or maybe something more important like paying a bill or renewing your driver's license. Sometimes the tasks that we're not excited about seem to fall to the wayside. And then there are those bigger projects such as renovating a bathroom or sprucing up the yard that seem so simple, yet when you go to do them, you just don't really know what to do. And so what is the solution to this? Well, I heard a term called the most important next step, or MINS for short. And in this video, we're going to make a MINS document. And it's going to be Excel-lent. Or you can use Google Sheets if you really want to. All right, let's get started. Let's start our discussion by pointing out the obvious. To-do lists suck. They don't work. And if they do work for you, you're probably not human. I'm going to start by showing you how I used to make to-do lists, and that will probably demonstrate why they don't work. So I would go to Microsoft Word. I would click the bullets icon, and I would start to add things to my to-do list. I like to start with things that I've already done. For example, eat breakfast. Twice, because all high performers eat breakfast twice. And then I would highlight it like this, and I would come up here to the strike through, and I would strike it out because it's done, and I like the feeling of accomplishment that it brings me. Isn't that the whole point of the document, is to get a sense of accomplishment and to not feel like a complete failure? That's a little deep, but anyway, let's add some things to the to-do list that I actually intend to do. For example, sell the car. Seems good to me. Clean the bathroom. Fix the leak in the roof. This is like my actual to-do list. Email the kid's teacher. Pay the gas bill. Gosh, there's endless things, and I don't even know which of these is the most important. I mean, is selling the car more important than paying the gas bill? Maybe I need to sell the car so that I have the money to pay the gas bill. I don't know. Selling the car also is not something I can just check off. I mean, eating breakfast, I can just check it off because I ate the breakfast, but selling the car, there's more steps involved in that. For example, I should probably take pictures, but you know what? I gotta clean it first, and I gotta list it on Facebook after I clean it and take pictures, and then I actually have to sell the thing. Man, there's a lot of things involved there. I think that the problem is becoming fairly evident. This to-do list is one-dimensional. It doesn't tell you when things have to be done. There's no deadline. And it doesn't really give you a lot of information about how much effort is actually involved. Now, the other problem here that I find is that once I've started checking things off, my to-do list isn't fresh anymore. And I don't get that same sense of accomplishment as I check things off. And I actually have to completely start over and write a new to-do list. So I think we can all agree that to-do lists really do suck. So let's go over to Excel and try to make a most important next step document and see how we do with that. Alright, so here we are at our spreadsheet. We're going to start by selecting everything and making the columns a little wider because we're going to be doing a lot of text, not a lot of numbers. We're going to take the to-do list that we had and put it into these rows. So sell the car, clean the bathroom, fix the leak on the roof, email the kids teacher, and pay the gas bill. And what was once our to-do list is actually becoming a list of projects or goals. I'm going to select this and give it a color, and I'm also going to lock the first column so that as I scroll it always stays there. I like that. Alright, we're going to come over to the fourth column and put in on the top row as a header, if I could spell, most important next step. And we're going to fill this out for each one. So for selling the car, we're going to want to clean the car. For cleaning the bathroom, we'll have mop the floor. For fixing the leak on the roof, well, you can't fix the leak until you find it. So we'll put locate leak. Emailing the kid's teacher, that's really a case of just send the email. Well, say write and send email. And then paying the gas bill is just log on and pay bill. So now we have our projects or goals, and we have the actual step that we have to take for them. So for selling the car, we have to clean the car. Cleaning the bathroom, we have to mop the floor. And I guess this depends on how detailed you want to get. But the point to note here is that paying the gas bill is really just one task. I can log onto my computer, I can pay the gas bill, and then this would be complete. And it's really the same with emailing the kid's teacher. Maybe I say, hey, Mr. Teacher, how's my kid doing at school these days? Thanks. And that's the email that I send, and then that's done. But things like selling the car and fixing the leak on the roof might end up spanning multiple days. And so these require a list of tasks to know what I'm doing. Because these are more involved, I'm going to fill them out a little more. So I can go to the right hand side of the most important next step column, and I can continue to outline steps if I know what they're going to be. So for selling the car, we already did this earlier. It's clean the car, take pictures, list on Facebook, and then sell the car. Now for fixing the leak on the roof, it would be locate the leak and fix the leak, hopefully, unless it's something more serious. And so you can see that by fleshing out these projects and goals, it's much clearer as to what I'm going to do. Now, here's the beauty of this method. I'm going to put today's date into column 2. Let's play pretend for a moment here. Let's pretend that it is the 25th of September, which it is when I'm recording this. And I'm going to decide, based on my project and goals and the most important next steps and the time that I have on this day, which of these tasks I'm going to try to do. Now, it's a Friday, it's the end of the week, I'm probably wrapping things up for work. I might not have that much time to get things done. So I'm just going to choose writing and sending an email and logging on and paying a bill, because by the end of the day, I'm not going to want to do much. I'll cut these and I'll paste them over here. Hopefully, once I'm done with work, I'll go and write and send that email, and I will highlight this green. And I'll do the same for logging on and paying a bill, and I'll highlight that green. That means that I get this sense of accomplishment, and if I really want to, I can highlight these rows, right-click, and hide them. And then they're completely gone from my Mins document. I'm going to undo that because I want to keep them there just to see the progress right now. Now, let's suppose that we then go to the next day. I'm going to add an extra column here because I'm putting a new date in. 9/26/2020. The worst year ever. Anyway, okay, now I have to decide what I want to do. Now maybe on this day, a new project or goal appears. Pay the electric bill. And this is the most important next step of log on and pay bill. Now you can see that because this document's getting bigger, when I scroll to the right, I lose this second column, but I can still see my first column so that I can see the projects and goals that we have. So will I complete this today? Yeah, maybe. But you know what I really want to do? I really want to make some progress on the roof. So I'm going to put this here. This would be a Saturday. And cleaning the car and mopping the floor. Let's make a good dent in this. Let's get these things done. And let's say for a second that I really do get those done. And we'll make another column and we'll add Sunday in there. You can see that each day is an actual to-do list. And this is two-dimensional. So I can look back and see what I've got done, and I can look back to see what is not progressing. And I can look to the right to see what tasks I have coming up. Now, because I've completed some of these most important next steps, the result is that these things keep shifting to the right, and so sometimes I have to cut them and bring them back over to the left. And on a Sunday, maybe it's a relaxing day, I don't know, taking pictures is real easy, logging on and paying a bill is real easy, but maybe I don't want to climb the roof on a Sunday. And so I think you kind of catch the drift. The advantage to this is that you get a nice, clear to-do list every day that is based on how much energy and time you have, because you're choosing your tasks in the morning. And another advantage is that if you report to anybody, such as a boss or a spouse, then you can look back and you can show where you've actually spent your time over the past week. In fact, when I do this at work, I leave these days there until I fill in my timesheet. And once I'm done, I right-click them and hide them. It's a really good way for me to track what I have worked on. And it's also a good way for me to really just make sure I stay on top of tasks. And so that's the basic structure of the most important next step document. Obviously, there are things that you could add, such as due dates, notes, maybe contact numbers, things like that. But the basic document will help you keep track of your tasks and stay on top of things. I like to actually add categorization, such as work, home, and I even have a section for people. So if someone asks me to do something, I add them to my mins document. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. If you did like it and you would like to see more videos like this, please consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you do end up using this method of task management, or if you use a similar method, please go ahead and leave a comment about what you do. Alright, thanks for watching. Bye.